guys? Welcome back to my team, part two. You missed part one, which was Bahrain opening race with some drama. Go check it out. Here we are on part two. We got the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, better known as the Jeddah Grand Prix. We're going to start out by looking at some upgrades. These upgrades will be coming mostly after the Australian Grand Prix, which I have a ton of upgrades coming for. Right here, I'm just seeing where my car lines up. Aerodynamics, where I am. But I only have 300 R&D at the moment, so I can't really do anything. Now we're going to line up the activities for the day, or the week. Looking at my morale, and I decide to up the powertrain morale. Look at messages, there's nothing. Now we're going to advance. And we got the upgrade for our chassis on the rear downforce. Nice. I'm going to look at what I should do. Don't have enough points for that. I'm not set for anything. So can't get it before Australia. But then we have a Pirelli Hot Lap. The first one of the year for the Saudi Grand Prix. With the McLaren 720S, and we're going to choose the average speed zone. Pirelli hot laps are pretty cool. I've been trying not to do them, because when you go to single player, they're there, and I'm holding off until I do a full season so I can play them all. So we are in the first attempt. We have to get an average speed of 100.75 miles an hour. I'm going into the first corner, getting used to the braking, going way too deep into the corner. We actually get a good exit. A little bit of snap of oversteer. Trying to just get the power down. We're gonna get there. Ooh, do we get it? That's actually kind of close. No, 100.05. Just need 3/4 of a mile an hour. See if we can get it. Okay. Second attempt here. We already got silver. So playing with house money, kind of. We're going to brake early. Gonna go into second gear a little late on brakes. Gonna go to the outside. Ooh, a big snap of oversteer. Another snap. And this attempt is awful. Yeah. Car just didn't respond well there. 98.5. That's pretty good considering. Here we go. Last attempt here. Going into the corner. 130 miles an hour up to 145 miles an hour into the corner. Braking's a little bit better. Down to second gear. We're going to go out to third gear as we exit the corner. Stick to the racing line. Get up in there. Just really try to get as much power down. And, I don't think we got it. I think it was 99 miles an hour there. We did not. So we only get silver. That's okay. I'm only doing one attempt at these. So we got silver for that. Now headed into the weekend, the Saudi Arabia Jeddah circuits. Confirmation of our upgrades. And then we are presented with possibility of wetness in qualifying. Not so much in the race, but in qualifying there is a possibility. Now looking at where we are, we're the second worst team, not best. A lot of teams making upgrades. The top three didn't make an upgrade. Alfa Romeo made a big upgrade. Alpine made no upgrades. Haas made a slight upgrade. AlphaTauri made a pretty big upgrade. McLaren made a slight upgrade. But yeah, we are the second worst team. Aston Martin's worse than us, so now we're in practice. We are doing a practice program with tire wear. First time we did it, didn't go so well. So now we're doing it again. Much better. Now we're going to the end of the lap. Up 0.3 on the target time in purple. And we are going to ace the tire wear program. And we're first. Look at that time. Look at the top left. Now into some race trim. I went for pretty low winds here because we need a straight line speed and our engine is just not good. We have that Renault engine and we have the worst engine on the grid right now. So, you know, just had to get wings low so we can compete in a straight line. Go across the line, and it's going to be 4.5 tenths better than what we needed. Great lap. And now on to the last lap. Seeing what we can pull out. Maybe make this our best lap. That's a shock. Going into the last corner. Gonna brake early. Get that good exit. Onto the straight. Use DRS. DRS deployed. Up to the line. It's 7.5, 8 tenths. Great lap. After practice, we have now 1,200 R&D points. Looking at our development boost we got. I think what I'm going to do is just actually play all the practice programs, because I've seen people who do quick practice and the engine just wears out so much. So now we're going to be adding to qualifying. Hopefully, maybe getting out of Q1 for the first time. But the car, I don't know, the car is just not there. Car is just not there, you know. But we're looking at some upgrades. Seeing what we can do here. The 1,200 R&D. Maybe look at some rear or front downforce. We don't have a rear downforce, so I think that, yeah, we're going to go with the rear downforce, the permacapan. Now we're looking at what else we can put on the car. We're going to put on a durability upgrade for the gearbox, a minor upgrade. It's only 200 R&D points. Now 673 left. We're going to look at what we should do in the chassis or in the engine side. We're just deciding which one we want to do. I think we're going to end up doing chassis because the car it would be much better. Much better if we could get that upgrade going. And that's what we do. And so the chassis will be majorly upgraded after the Australian Grand Prix. Now we're on the qualifying. On to our first lap. This lap was weird. I don't know what was wrong with this lap. I might have had too much fuel in or something. But go across the line here. And it's a 132.6. It's awful. 1.8 off Ricardo. So we won again. And this time it's a much better lap. You see it up top right, a second better. This is on the same set of tires. So we go up to 19th. Now on the last lap of qualifying. We're on the last lap, up 3 tenths on a new set of tires here. Our section could have been done better, but I was downshifting throughout the whole weekend in that section. But we're up 5 tenths on a previous best. We're up 2 tenths on Vettel's first sector in 17th. So now we're up 5.5 tenths, trying to get out of Q1. This time might be good. It's 5 tenths is pretty massive for where we were. 6 tenths now. Well, 6.5 tenths. We're coming up to that second sector time compared to Vettel. He had a 102.9. We were right there with Vettel. 6 tenths. Oh, we lose a little bit of time to that corner though. Might cost us. Let's see what we get here. Coming up to the final corner, got to beat a 130.2, which is what Albon got. Coming across the line, and Hamilton's at a 129.2. We're stopped at a 128.6. Ridiculous. We set a 131 flat. That is good for 19th. That is, oh. I probably had a 10th to gain there, but that's like pretty much what I could get from the car. Car just didn't offer me much. See where we ended up compared to your teammate and out of Q1 comparatively. So Orlando also crashed out in this session. That's why he's out. Sergio Perez also out.
So here we are
wow.
then, welcoming you
Sergio
today to
Perez
the
was
jewels
out in
of the
Q1.
Arab world. one of the
insane.
biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca, one of the biggest ports in the region, and now host to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at a topographical map of the Jeddah Street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Russell, Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen, Ocon, and Yuki Tsunoda, Gasly, Zhou, Daniel Ricciardo, and Albon, Norris, Mick Schumacher, Sergio Perez, and Sebastian Vettel. Greg, Richard Verschoor, Latifi, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you here with us today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Alright, now we're getting into the race strategy. Taking some fuel out of the car. We're going to do a one-stop from medium to hards. It's probably what the rest of the people are going to do. Now get into our grid slot. Last race we had a little bit of an angle. We're not going to do that this race. Just trying to get as far up as we can. Alright, ready for the start of the race. 5 lights. And away we go. An alright start. Good second phase. A little bit of wheel spin though. Trying to get alongside Vettel, and Vettel's gonna squeeze me, and he's gonna give me no room. He's gonna squeeze me. I'm gonna try to look to the inside. No, Vettel gives me no room. And I get squeezed out so much that Latifi's now overtaking me. Nah, I see him in last place, and I go for this insane lunge, and I just squeeze in between. Now we're looking at the rest of the grid's first lap. You see Tsunoda trying to get something on Magnussen, but up front, it's Verstappen and Leclerc going side by side into turn 1 and 2, now into 3. Side by side still into turn 4. Side by side still now under the exit into turn 5. Still through 6 and 7. They are still side by side. Into 8 though, he cast a back out, and he's actually gonna battle with Russell, but he will come out in front. But we're going to see Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton, former Mercedes teammates, battling on lap 1. Bottas gets ahead. Hamilton's going to have to fight back Bottas. Bottas is in an Alfa Romeo. This car is heavily upgraded though. Remember, it's now the 4th best car in the grid. This is no slouch of an Alfa Romeo car. Lewis down the inside into the hairpin. He's going to squeeze Bottas, but Bottas wasn't having any of it. They're going to go side by side into this heavy braking zone. And they're going to stay side by side onto the exit. Lewis looks like he might have a better exit. But Valtteri is still there. Valtteri charging through. Oh my goodness, still side by side, and finally Valtteri has to back out. Back from my POV, trying to catch the Vettel. We catch Vettel sleeping into turn 1. What an overtake on Sebastian Vettel, the 4-time champ. Now we cut to George Russell and Charles Leclerc battling still on lap 2. Russell looks like he has it, but Leclerc puts the overtake on. He's going to go to the outside of turn 4 into turn 5. Now through turn 6 and 7. We see Esteban Ocon, Ricardo, Joe, Sonoda, and Alman all battling here. This is an insane midfield fight. Back to our POV. We're behind my teammate and Lance Stroll with DRS, just looking for an opportunity to overtake. I could feel I'm faster than these two. Off that corner, get a good exit. DRS deployed. Getting the slipstream from my teammate. And we're gonna go down the inside of both my teammate and Lance Stroll. And we're gonna get them both before the braking zone. What a move. What a move. And while that was happening, Sebastian Vettel behind us loses the rear end. And he's gonna hit the wall and he's gonna have front wing damage and it's all gone. Not only that, but it looks like while Stroll was battling with my teammate, he acquires some damage, so they're going to have to double stack Vettel and Stroll in the pits. Awful day for Aston Martin. Now we're going to see Schumacher and Perez battling. That's going to leave me open and try and do some Schumacher on deploy ERS, but I just don't have that exit needed to battle the Schumacher right there. But now I'm hungry for Schumacher here. The Haas car's a better car, but I had some great race pace. I wanted to battle a Schumacher. Now out that exit, DRS deployed, ERS deployed, looking to make a move, gaining on him. We're on the outside. Gonna get that exit. Great move, but Schumacher's not done. He's gonna battle it. It's a 3. No, decides better than that. And he's gonna be right behind us this whole time. And we're gonna have that's a decent corner for us, but Schumacher is still right on us, a 10th behind us. He might have a try into the hairpin. We're gonna go into the inside, go defensive into the corner. Schumacher around the outside. We're gonna force him wide like Hamilton did to Bottas. And he's gonna still be there. He's still there, and he gets by that Haas and that Ferrari and that Haas engine just combining into a great duo. And he just can't do anything about it. But we're gonna play ERS. We have DRS on Schumi. Oh, we're gonna get close. And the next straight, we're gonna try and re-overtake Schumacher. We go a little low on red there, so we have to go in the 4th gear. We usually like to get a 5th gear there, but DRS deployed on the back straight. Don't think we're going to be able to get him on this straight, but on the main straight we might be able to get him. I'm going to bring him a little right up to his gearbox during the braking zone, but we're going to do DRS down this main straight and try and get him again and hopefully stick it. And we're going to go down the inside. He tries to block it off, but we're having none of it. And we push him. Get your elbows out. And now, can you make it stick? Can you get outside the beginning zone? Meanwhile, we have Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, the Ferrari teammates, battling for second. Charles, last race, DNF. Or not DNF, but he didn't score points because of that, just bad driving strategy. But he feels like he has the pace to compete with Max. But Carlos finished second, was battling Verstappen, was leading much of that race. He feels he deserves this. So they're both going to go at it, battling. Just going side by side, and Leclerc has to back out there. But he comes right back at Sainz the next lap. On the back straight, side by side. Leclerc with the DRS is going to go to the outside. He's going to tap the bodywork of his teammate, and he's going to get in front. Leclerc on front. Now we're going to battle with Schumi again. Going to go down the inside, and Vic is going to block that this time. So we're going to go to the outside, the long way around. Schumi gives us room, so we take advantage of that. And yet again, we overtake Schumacher onto turn 1. And Schumacher's going to come back at us into turn 3. And he's again going to have to back out there. Again, though, this time, though, Schumacher's going to come at us. We're going to stop deploying ERS. Going to let Schumi pass us. Do a little Leclerc and Verstappen, what they did in this race. Let him pass us and get DRS onto the main straight. And try to re-overtake him. Oh, you're right there with him off the exit. You should blow right past him. Gaining. Look to the inside. Go to the outside. That has so much straight line speed. We're pitting this lap a little bit onto the curb, and Shumi's going to try to look to take advantage, but he can't. Doesn't have the best exit. He's going to look. He's going to try to do it. We're just not going to let it happen, though. Hopefully try to get it past him enough, but we're not going to do that. Deploying ERS all the way down because we have to go into the pits this lap. But Shumi first his way down the inside. We don't want that. We do not want that. Shumi, we have to brake here just to get into the pits. Intense stuff. And right, entry right away. What an entry. Right at the brink. And now the turn-in is an optimal turn-in. What a great pit stop from us.
Perfect job on the turn-in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Okay.
Now, while I was going into the pits, Leclerc and Sainz continuing a battle. Sainz got in front of Leclerc again, but Leclerc going back at Carlos. Again, side by side to the corner. There's a contact there. Does he have damage? Does Leclerc have damage? He's going into the pits. The teammates collide and cause damage. I don't see much damage from the onboard. Nothing really. Going to the pits, no front wing change. It was a scheduled pit stop. It was like what happened with me and Schumacher. Now after the pit stop, we really pushed, trying to catch Schumacher, trying to overtake him, trying to continue this battle. But as you see, it's getting tougher. That Haas has a lot of pace. There's more pace than this car has. Just trying to stay with Shumi. Trying our hardest. Just staying with him. You see at the top left, look at that gap just increasing. I mean, his teammate is in, I think, 6th or 7th right now. So, it's like, he shouldn't be down here. This car is much better than our car. And P16 for us is right around where we should be, right? We're in front of both McLarens. Both McLarens have had a blunder today. The McLaren is fighting with my teammate at the moment. And on Aston Martin, the McLaren should be right up here with us. I mean, Albon's in 14th. He's with a main pack of cars. Albon's done a great job. But as you see, we're 1.6 seconds behind Shumi now. So there's really nothing we can do. We tried our hardest, but we've given up on the fight. But you know who hasn't given up on the fight? Charles Leclerc! Going down the main straight, battling with his teammate, going into turn 1. Sainz on the inside, Leclerc on the outside. Sainz is going to force him. He's going to give him a little bit of room. But Sainz isn't going to have anything happen. But Carlos! Oh no, Carlos is out of this race. You know who else is out of this race? Alex Albon. Alex Albon also retires from the race. 2 drivers having a great session. Carlos Sainz, who is 2nd in the championship. The Ferraris have an awful start to the season. Only have one car score for each of them. Now looking at Alex Albon retire. It looks like it might have been a gearbox issue of some sort. I don't see any smoke coming out. Just feel bad for Albon. He had a great race. He was up there. And for us, it was a pretty lonely second half of this race. Not going to see that much action with us because nothing really happened for us. Stuff was happening around us, was not with us. You see the TP is ahead of Norris. Norris is going to try and catch him up. He probably will. We'll see how that unfolds. Now for front, Shumi is catching up to that pack with one who's ahead of him. So we had a lonely race. We kept the gap. I was trying to make sure I had a 5-second gap from the TP. But George Russell trying to catch Charles Leclerc. Russell kind of had a lonely race, but now he's caught up to Leclerc. Now just outside of 1 second, you might get the DRS here. We'll have to see what progresses with this, but speaking of, I told you Lando Norris would catch up to Latifi, and here he is on the inside. Looks like Latifi has a little damage, maybe Norris caused that. That's why he got there, but Latifi, nevertheless, putting up a good battle against Norris. I mean, Norris' teammate, Ricardo, is in last place in this race. McLaren's and Aston's just having an awful race. We've seen McLaren and Williams going side by side through this whole section. What a battle. Norris is going to stick in behind him. He's coming a great exit off the corner into the back straight. Can Lando get the overtake done? Outside, Latifi squeezes right to the wall. Latifi battling hard with Lando. They've battled in F2 together. Now battling in F1. The Williams and McLaren. McLaren having a blunder. Can he make up? Latifi's got DRS though. Latifi and Norris are equal down the main straight. Latifi pulls out to the side. And he gets it. Lando has to try again next lap. Speaking of, Sergio Perez, who started in 17th, having a great race, great recovery, fighting for 7th now. Seeing if he can get Valtteri Bottas, who was at one point battling Hamilton. I don't know why this Alfa Romeo actually hasn't had the greatest pace, considering where they are in the R&D chart. You see the Red Bull battling with it. The Red Bull can get that position with 1 lap left. And on the final lap, we are coming through. We are safely on 14th. Shubi's actually in a close battle with Guan Yu Zhou now. Latifi and Norris are close. Kind of like us are the only people alone, pretty much. Us and even our teammate has someone to battle with. And now we have Charles Leclerc and George Russell battling. Okay. We've got George Russell going on the outside. Is he going to be able to make it sticky? It is, maybe. He's going to force Leclerc outside. Can Leclerc get it done down the inside? He's going to be there. But now he's going to stick in behind George Russell. George Russell may have just stolen second from Leclerc. An awful day for Ferrari. Russell in second was hunting down Leclerc the last few laps. He finally gets him. Leclerc's going to do everything in his power, though, to get back that position. Can Leclerc do anything about this? I'm going to follow. He's 6 tenths behind now. He's 6 tenths. 5 tenths now. Back up to 6. Almost 7 tenths there. I don't know if Leclerc has it in him. Leclerc's so far behind. He needs to be getting closer. Here he is. He lifted for some reason, man. 4.5 tenths now. He's not close enough. You've seen it with Lando. He had to be right on top of the gearbox to get past him here. He's not getting close enough. With 3 tenths to go. He's going down right to the end. He's not going to get it. Oh no! George Russell locks up into the last corner. George Russell locks up. And Charles Leclerc is going to get second. What drama here. Max Verstappen wins the race by 17 seconds, but George Russell chokes second place. And Russell gets third. Hamilton gets fourth. Good day for Mercedes. Now we have a battle for 5th here. 5th all the way down to 8th, 9th here. But oh no! Again in the last corner. Alonso was holding this position for so long. He was in 5th the whole race. Now he's in a drag race with Kevin Magnussen down to the line. Who's going to get it? Kevin Magnussen gets it. Alonso 6th, Perez 7th, Bottas finishes 8th, Gasly 9th, Tsunoda 10th, Ocon and Zhou are going to get 11th and 12th. Nick is not going to be able to get Guan Yu Zhou, and 14th is going to be me. But behind me, Latifi and Norris battling it out. Norris has the speed, unlike Leclerc in this back straight. Can he get it? Outside, he's got a little front wing ahead. It's going to be very close. Who gets the better exit here? And Norris gets the exit. Norris gets the better exit. Coming to the line. Norris gets 15th. but a bad day for McLaren. They should have been up with the battle that was happening. I can give Aston Martin an excuse because they had wind damage and they had stuff happen to them, but like McLaren were just kind of out of it.
They've delivered an outstanding performance today under intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They've performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone on the team.
So that is the race. Red Bull and Max Verstappen win again. Sergio recovers his 7th. Good race for him. Double points for Red Bull. Double points for Red Bull. So it's a good race for them. Max gets his 2nd straight win. Another Ferrari finished second, but the other teammate doesn't get points. You can't win championships like that, man. You gotta get both of them up there. Looking at what I got from the podium pass, but now we're gonna see the race results. Or Max was.
So let's have a quick look at how the drivers standing.
Max gets the first fastest lap
should be pleased with his
as well.
making gains at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing,
Bottas 8th after turning 6th. But look at this,
today.
24 points to George Russell in 2nd. Leclerc's in 4th.
Red Bull pull further ahead.
Red Bull now 33 ahead of anyone else. Mercedes are now 2nd ahead of Ferrari, even though Ferrari has better pace. But they just can't finish the race. Or can't get points. We're gonna, in a minute, go look at the race director. Just take a look at what happened. But it was a good race. For some reason, it didn't show Albon, so I don't know what happened to Albon. Maybe, I don't know. He just retired. See, at the end of the race, one of the McLarens at the pit, which is Ricardo, but he was already down there, so it didn't really matter. I'm up to 3rd acclaim, for sure, almost 6th. And the team, now in 4th. So by the end of the next episode, we should be able to get a new sponsor. Which would be cool. 70,000. I got damage deduction. I don't know where from. But I guess so. But yeah. That's going to end this race. Next race is Australia. And after Australia is Imola. And Imola, we are going to have a bunch of upgrades. We might be able, if I were to put my money, maybe you can get something in Australia. But I would put my money more on Imola because we have some big upgrades coming to Imola. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you would, I don't know, just comment what you thought about the British Grand Prix because I'm going to upload a podcast about it. But hot take, best race of all time. No cap. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next one.